I think there's an argument to be made that the enormous list of Mario spin-off games have had nearly as much impact in the gaming industry as the core Mario platformers. I mean, I've spent more time playing Mario Party by myself than I have hanging out with people in real life. But which Mario spin-off is the best? Well, that's what I'm here to answer. Today, we're gonna figure out what is the best and worst reviewed Mario spin-off series. So we gotta lay some ground rules down. No mainline Mario games, and I'm only including spin-offs with 5 or more entries because I feel like it wouldn't be fair to judge one critically acclaimed game against an entire series. The games have to have Mario in the title and place a significant focus on the Mario universe. All this leaves us with 8 series in play. And within those series, I'm not going to include any remakes or re-releases to avoid redundancies. I'm going to use Metacritic, averaging the user and critic scores and then using those numbers to create an average for the entire series. And yeah, I know there's problems with Metacritic, and it's not the perfect way to aggregate review scores, but there's really not a better option. Also, calm down. This is a YouTube video made by a guy with a TV for a head about ranking the spin-offs of a children's game series about an Italian plumber. If the outcomes of this ranking make you legitimately angry, you need to sort out some shit in your life. And instead of presenting the list in order from best to worst or worst to best, I'm gonna alternate between the two. Meaning the worst series and the best series will come last, so make sure you stick around till the end of the video. Okay, enough rules. Let's jump into it. Number 4, best. Starting off our best list is the Paper Mario series. This is actually my favorite Mario spin-off, so I was kinda surprised to see it just barely make it into the top half of the list. The first 3 games in the series rank pretty solidly, with the original Paper Mario averaging a 92, which actually makes it the best scoring individual game out of everything on today's list. But the later half of the series brings down Paper Mario overall, with Sticker Star nabbing a relatively bad score of 65. I know there's some contention with some of the later games and them being review bombed because some people have the emotional maturity of a 5-year-old and just can't accept the fact that people like a game that they don't, so that should be kept in mind here. Both Sticker Star and Origami King have the biggest difference between the critic and user scores out of all the games I looked at, but interestingly, color splashes are almost the same. Kind of weird, considering that game arguably got hit harder by the internet hate train than either of the other two. Despite all that, Paper Mario manages to come out with an average series score of 79, which is a solid C+. Number 4, worst. Starting off our worst list is Mario vs. Donkey Kong. The series is a bit dormant now, with the last proper game coming out in 2015. There was this amiibo shit released in 2016, but it's technically a spin-off. And if I start including spin-offs of spin-offs, I think riots might pour out onto the streets. Despite all that, it still received more releases than a lot of Mario spin-off series. The best reviewed game is tied between the original and Minnie's March Again, which both averaged at 81. The worst reviewed title was Tipping Stars, nabbing a 72. Still, the series seems to be pretty even across the board. It may not hit the highs of the Paper Mario games, but its worst game still managed to score 7 points higher than Sticker Star. Because of that, the ranking became pretty tight, and Mario vs. Donkey Kong managed to average a series score of 78, just 1 point below Paper Mario. Number 3, best. Mario Kart. To be honest, I thought Mario Kart would end up ranking lower simply because of the amount of games in the series. Currently, there's 9, making it the series with the second most amount of games on this list. I debated including Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and whether or not it qualified as a re-release or a new game because of its added features. In the end, I decided to leave it out. Why? Because it's my fucking list, bro, chill out. The best reviewed game in the series is Mario Kart DS with a score of 89, and the worst reviewed is Mario Kart Tour with an abysmal 48, giving Mario Kart the honor of being the series with the largest score difference between the best and worst reviewed game. Still, the series' score is relatively high when you factor in the amount of games it has, and only 2 of them dip below 80 points. Mario Kart averages out with a series score of 80. Number 3, worst. Mario Tennis. Despite starting off strong with its first few titles, the series got brought down significantly by its more recent entries. The original game managed to score an 89, and the Game Boy one even got a 90, making it and the original Paper Mario the only games on this entire list to score a 90 or above. But I guess Camelot just kinda stopped giving a shit at a certain point, and the lowest rating game in the series is Mario Tennis Ultra Smash on the Wii U, nabbing a 55, which makes it the worst reviewed game on this list that wasn't developed for smartphones. It's a shame, because the first entries in the series actually have pretty significantly higher ratings than most of the other games on this list, but its later entries really pull it down. giving Mario Tennis a series score of 77. Number 2, best, Mario Golf. You know, there's nothing more boring to me than the idea of watching some old man swing around a metal club for 3 hours, but I'll play the out of some Mario Golf. The Game Boy title has a surprisingly deep story mode and a lasting legacy, going on to be a heavy inspiration for recent titles like Golf Story. The series manages some pretty high scores across the board, with the best game being Mario Golf on the Game Boy with a score of 88, and the worst being World Tour with a score of 79, actually making it the highest scoring worst game on this list. And it's even made by Camelot too. What happened? Oh, they haven't made one since 2014. Mario Golf manages to average a series score of 84. Number 2, worst, Mario Party. I'm not gonna lie, I thought for sure this was gonna be the worst reviewed series. Not because it's all bad, but it's simply a numbers game. Mario Party consists of 16 games, not counting the shitty Mario Party e-reader game that doesn't even appear on Metacritic. That's a ton of games, and it easily ends up being the series with the most amount of entries on this list. But despite all that, Mario Party just barely managed to keep itself from last place. Its highest ranking game is Mario Party 2 with a score of 81, and its worst game is Mario Party the Top 100, scoring an average of 62. What surprised me was how relatively low the scores were across the board. I mean, I knew the series had some pretty bad stinkers, but even the games that are generally beloved by most people still never received great reviews from both fans and critics. Mario Party manages to hit a series average of 70 points. Number 1, best. And the best reviewed Mario spin-off series is Mario and Luigi. Yeah, I was kind of surprised by this at first. I feel like as far as Mario spin-offs go, there's more passionate and vocal fans for Paper Mario or Mario Party, but this series manages to beat both of them out. Its highest ranking game is a tie between Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story, both coming in at an average score of 89, and its lowest is Paper Jam, with an average of 75. Yeah, Paper Mario was not having a good time on the 3DS. But you know what? Once I looked at the numbers and thought about it, this ranking makes sense. While Mario and Luigi has been through some changes throughout its run, it's probably the most consistent series on this list. Something like Paper Mario or Mario Party have had huge dramatic shifts in the gameplay, tone, and overall style of their games. It's easy to find Paper Mario or Mario Party fans who love some games in the series but hate others. But Mario and Luigi has remained relatively consistent. Sure, some are better than others, but I bet 9 out of 10 people who like Superstar Saga would probably get a decent amount of enjoyment out of Paper Jam. The best part is that Alpha Dream closed down, so there's a pretty decent chance we'll never get another Mario and Luigi. Yeah, Alpha Dream closes down, but Camelot continues to chug out mediocre sports games with impunity. Mario and Luigi average out with a series score of 85, beating Mario Golf by only 1 point, but nonetheless grabbing the top spot on this list. Number 1, worst. Okay, here we go. The worst reviewed Mario spin-off is Dr. Mario. Yeah, I just gotta say, this series has gotten the complete shit end of the stick. It hasn't received a proper full release game since 2001, with every other title after that being some kind of WiiWare or digital only release. Its highest ranking game is Dr. Mario Online RX with a score of 77, and its lowest ranking is Dr. Mario World with an average of 46. This lands Dr. Mario with the prestigious distinction of having both the lowest scoring top game in a series and the lowest scoring worst game in a series. The fact that the series only has 6 games and managed to score below Mario Party says a lot about the quality hit it's taken over the years. And it really sucks too. The original Dr. Mario is unquestionably a classic, and I actually have a lot of fond memories of Dr. Mario 64. It was the first game I owned on the N64, and I played it a lot. It's a shame to see what should be a series as revered as Mario Kart or Golf receive such low quality titles over the years. Dr. Mario averages out with a series score of 69, 1 point below Mario Party, which gives it the honor of being the worst reviewed Mario spin-off series. So what did you think of this list? Before you start calling me a fuckhead in the comments because you love Mario Kart World Tour and hate that it got such a low score, just remember that these aren't my rankings, they're just averages. I would have definitely swapped some things around, and I'm sure you would have too. Well, thanks for sticking around till the end. And now I'm gonna go review bomb Mario Kart so Paper Mario can get the 3rd place spot.